question, and then I have one final one.
I'm curious if you have any thoughts. There's a bit of a fissure in the gay community, the notion that gender affirming care in some ways might threaten the gay community. I've heard some fairly well-known gay journalists say that they're worried that, or they seem, I just found it odd that they're not very supportive, quite frankly. And
yeah, I agree.
And it creates, in my view, and I'm putting my bias here, a dangerous level of confusion and validation that, well, if look what gay people are saying about this. Any thoughts?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, white cisgender gay men have not always been the most inclusive within the community. And it's not just as a gay person, just as a human being. I am not threatened by trans people, and I have lost nothing because trans people exist. I don't go through my life wondering or thinking about the existence of other people and how, that threatens my identity or my existence. Going to Starbucks or going to Target and getting my kids from daycare and, doing all those things. I'm not threatened by the existence of trans people. And I also feel like we have such an obligation as a community to recognize that the way we treat, the most marginalized in our community is a reflection upon how we treat ourselves. And I know that I get to walk through life with more privileges than most trans people do. And isn't it my responsibility to turn around and offer a hand and pull other people up and to fight for other people? But the fact that some people might be so moved as to reject the existence of other people, in our community, some people in our community have to realize that they're not just coming for trans people.
They are not.
It's not going to stop there. And we have to show up for everyone.
They're not. You know what I call them, Chasten? We call them, Scott, just so you know, those gays. We know who they are. And we just go, oh, those gays. That's kind of, it's really disheartening to hear that. It really is. Because they're coming for you. They're coming for you next. That's what they're doing. And you just don't.
Well, they've already said it too, right? I mean, they've already said it in a multitude of ways. But how do you go through life with all that privilege and to see that growth and progress in our country, but realize that it was on the backs of other people who fought for you either generations ago or who still fight for you right now? So if we're truly a community, then you show up for everyone in your community.
100%. Last question I have, Chasten. What do you think life will be like for gay teens in 20 years? I honestly have been worried for the first time in a lot of years since having so many kids, and you have kids. I felt very positive. I thought, oh, the world only spins forward, as they say in Angels in America. But I'm a little bit worried, more than I've ever been. I don't know why, but I just feel like, just like that, they're coming back once again. What would you like it to be like, and what do you think it might be like?
I hope one day my kids ask me why I needed to write a book like this in the first place, and it becomes so irrelevant. The fact that we had to have a book that helps young people understand that it's okay to be themselves. I think as a parent, as you all know, you're just always terrified of everything, all the time. But I have this mixture of fear and hope, because when I travel the country and I meet people who are doing the work, I realize that it's so removed from the noise machine of Washington and the people who get the microphones and the power, but those people also get to cast the votes.
They're also passing those bills. I mean, the anti-drag queen stuff. Oh, come on.
So I see an upcoming generation, and I see the fire in their eyes, and I see the people who love them rallying around them, and I see that hope and I see that action, but then I see people passing these bills and passing that legislation. So if we can find a right way to garner that support and energy and kick these people out of office, I want to hold on to that hope, because I feel like if you just can't give up hope, right? And it's easier to hold on when other people are holding on to you. And so I think, for me, that work, especially that very visible work, is just about surrounding myself with the people who I know are on the right side of history, doing the right thing, and want to continue doing the right thing. Because if I focus on the noise machine, then it'll just beat us all down. So
yes. Well, that's why you're from the Midwest and I'm from New York. So we're manning the barricades over here. I'm growing children for my militia. Anyway, the book is called I Have Something to Tell You for Young Adults by Chasten Buttigieg.